Let's talk about going out of business sale and how you can profit from them. So we have two big major companies that are going out of business. Actually, it is one company, Sears and Kmart. It used to be two different companies. They combined and they actually took a very bad company inside of another one which was not doing so well. And it was actually buying up the competition. So instead of converting all the Kmart companies into all of them Sears, making them a better company, better experience, the whole thing flopped. They bought the company, never invested any money in those businesses, and the business just kept going downhill every single year until eventually it went bankrupt. So we had just this year another major bankruptcy, which was Toys R Us. Interesting enough, a few years back, Toys R Us also went out of business. Now, what I'm going to be talking about here is how you can profit from something as unfortunate as a retail company going out of business. So the first thing you want to do is to have a game plan on, because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity sometimes for you to get a lot of merchandise super discounted at a very good price. So Toys R Us was one of those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities, because it doesn't happen often that we have a major bankruptcy. The major bankruptcy means huge amount of merchandise is getting discounted all over in the whole entire country, because those retailers are so big. It's almost anywhere that you live, you can go ahead and buy merchandise from those companies at a super discount rate. So this is especially in the United States. Now, if in your country you don't have this specific retail, you might have another one. So the same rules apply regardless of location. So here's what you do. First of all, it is essential for you to have a smartphone. Now, if you don't have a smartphone, you can still do this. I do recommend for you to have a friend who has a smartphone. But if you don't have one, you can still kind of do this. Now, when you don't have a smartphone, you can do what I did myself, which was old school. Before I had a smartphone, I would go into the actual retail establishment, write down the prices, and you have to drive back home. You have to check what prices were and then go back there and buy them at a super discount rate. Now, that's not the best method, but definitely is a method that you can attempt to do. So what I do suggest for you to do is to constantly be on the lookout for great sales and know what kind of niche you're getting into. So if you're selling toys, you would definitely be more knowledgeable about toys, so you might as well buy those. Stay away from heavy items, because it just costs so much more money to ship them. Smaller it is, the cheaper they are, the more likely you can sell them for more money. The more expensive they are, the heavier they are, the less likely you can profit with them. Just because the item is cheap doesn't mean that you can sell it for profit. If it is too heavy, you might be able to Craigslist this item, but you will never get good money for it. So keep this also in mind. Now, the sales, the way it goes about, initially, they mark up actually everything in the store. Be super careful with that. You have to go back to the store and you want to wait until a few weeks passes. Then you have the sweet spot where you can get a lot of good merchandise at a super discount rate. But if you wait too long and it gets to like 90% off, you might think you get the best deals. Yes, you do. But with that said, there might be nothing in the store left for you to grab. Everything else and everything is in there could be damaged. The items could be things that nobody actually wants, and it could be things that are not selling very well. So you want to wait until there is a lot of sale and it is way below the retail price, and yet you don't want to wait too long, because then you're going to miss out on your opportunity. And then everything else will be, it's going to be super cheap, but you're not going to be able to get good money because the items are not actually in demand. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something from this, and if you did enjoy this video, please subscribe to this channel. It is free for you to join. Now, I do want you to keep in mind one more thing. Please, every time you do this, stay to your budget. Don't overspend money. Last thing you want to do, and last thing you don't want to do, is don't ever spend huge amount of money on something and you're going to be buying the same identical item lots of times. You might be stuck with an oversupply of something that might not be selling at all. So when you buy something, make sure you buy a few of those quantities. Don't wholesale items when they are on retail sale. Sometimes you might actually get into a trap of buying a bunch of items on a retail sale and thinking you're going to get a good deal, when in reality you can get the same exact item so much cheaper on eBay. That's where smartphone comes into play. You can double check the price right away, and it's going to save you a fortune of cash and make you a lot of money at the same exact time. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.